YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Carl coming back at you from Golden Grimmett Productions. This time around, we're going to be reacting to NBA legends who were scared of Michael Jordan. If you are new, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. It helps us out tremendously. Personal take. Michael Jordan is one of my favorite players of all time. Him and Kobe were the two that I watched the most. I actually got a chance to see Michael Jordan play live when I was a kid. So this is, a good video for me because I loved Michael Jordan growing up. Let's get into it.
So we got the Chicago Bulls coming in town, and unfortunately, I got a sprained ankle, and so.
Did you say fortunately?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. I enjoy guarding Mike because he was, the one thing I did with Mike is I never got him pissed off. He make a shot, you say, good shot, Mike. You don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You try to kill him with kindness. Yeah. You don't try to talk trash to him. So they're getting off the bus. We're done with shoot around, and we're walking out, and MJ says, B. Scott, what's going on? I said, what's up, MJ? He said, man, I hear that you're not playing tonight. I said, no, I sprained my ankle. He said, who's guarding me? I said, Anthony Peeler. He said, 50.
Bro, what I love about him and Larry Bird, bro, they just knew they were him. Like, they knew that, oh, okay, that's who guarding me? All right, I'm finna put up buckets. Regardless of how much Michael Jordan lost leading up to him winning his first title, bro, him and Larry, some of the best, greatest trash talkers of all time, bro. And they backed it up.
So I told Anthony Peeler, listen, MJ, he's probably going to go for about 50 tonight on you. So just don't piss him off. Just be cool. He ended up with 54.
Experience was totally different than these guys because I was a late second round pick. I didn't know if I was going to make the league. I was on a non-guaranteed contract, and I'll never forget one of my first exhibition games. We played the Bulls, and I was just trying to make the roster. And Michael Jordan gets the ball right in front of our bench, and I'm already scared to death. Like, God, I hope I don't get into this game. I'm not ready for this stuff. And he holds the ball out. He holds the ball out, and he looks right at me, and I'm on the bench, just kind of like. He holds the ball and he goes, watch this. And he turns, he went right around Dan Marley, bam, dunks it, looks back at our bench and just starts laughing. And I'm looking like, there's no way in hell I can ever make this. Now I really don't want to.
I thought he looked at you and said, 10 years from now, I'm going to throw this to you.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. He just had this charisma on top of all the gifts and skills and mentally, how great he is. I mean, playing against him, the one thing that I think that he was unlike any other player I've ever played against is that there was a real fear playing against him. Like people, I've never seen like the league be kind of fearful of a player or have that much reverence for a player. No matter who has come since then, that was a different feeling when you're playing Mike because you just knew, like there was such a seriousness and competitiveness and fire in him. And there was a fear with how that was going to manifest itself potentially on any given night. So he was, I mean, where do you want to start and where do you want to finish with him? He was everything.
Look at that big.
Back to 1993, his first trip to Chicago. And
that's a charge.
Oh, that's barbecue chicken.
29.
And just for reference of the video, right? I brought this out. A lot of people, if you watch Jordan back in those days, remember when on the TV screen, basically, like they would come up there, if you pay $59.95, you can get this card set. My mom actually bought the card set from the Upper Deck company. If I can get it. All of Jordan's cards. All of the cards came in the set, and it came with an audio book. So that's one of the things from my childhood that I always remember as a Jordan fan. So let's get back into the video.
9 and 24.
Oh, that's a big
for
number.
Shaq, 64 for MJ.
They got 64.
64
what? Like a
64 points.
And you know what? Since the statute of limitations is
And
up,
Orlando won the game in overtime.
What?
since the statute of limitations is up, I was terrified out there.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You scared of MJ?
Yeah.
You gave
For
him
how
20
long? For how long? Right when you took the floor?
No, the whole game. Because one, he's the greatest player. Two, I was worried about him dunking on me and have to go back and, face the fellas. And then three, he was just so hot. I was like, man, this dude, like, the stuff that I saw when I was in college on TV, it's like really real. I was terrified. I mean, but, when I got the ball and saw those bums they had playing me, I was going to go to work. Bums.
They NBA
Come on,
players, brother.
Bums, you heard what I said.
NBA players.
But anyway, like, just watching them out there, I was terrified.
And he had the fifth passing lane. And what I mean by the fifth passing lane, I mean, we was just all scared of Jordan. So, I mean, that when you show me against him, yeah, I get a little hot. But I couldn't stop Jordan. I mean, I'm looking at the highlights of Jordan. And, every single time we double team Jordan down court, but he still averaged, his regular season average against the Pistons was 37.5.
Good grief.
Jesus, that boy 37.5. Hey, that man was a scoring machine. Like, that's one thing about Jordan. He was a scoring machine.
Then some nights he would get hot, Q.
But Mike is a whole different thing. So I had to guard them both, and it's not even like Mike. Let me go to sleep tonight. Let me chill. Let me rest the next day. Let me stay focused. Let me eat the right things.
Yeah.
Kobe, not saying that you had to switch it up, but I didn't have that fear.
Yeah.
Mike would have, you better bring your game. I could
You
go
and
for
Mike in
50
his
tonight.
prime.
Oh, yeah, Mike in his prime. We went at it toe to toe, head to head.
I know,
loved me.
of course.
Mike was like, man, you never back down. You strong.
Yeah.
Hops, I love you.
Yeah.
God, he put me in his all-star games. Him and Mike loved me, as far as
That's
the way I
amazing.
used to come. But Mike is the best player in the world ever. LeBron, Kobe, nobody can fade that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
In Orlando first, and I'm blocking his shot. Like, I'm locking him up. Like, I'm doing my thing again. I blocked his shot like 3 or 4 times. Like, I'm having my way against him defensively. Now, granted, he's 40 years old, but I'm feeling good about myself. So fast forward a month later, we're in D.C. My ankle, we go to a doctor in Baltimore, and basically he tells me I'm done. Like, my ankle's, once again, it's not healed, it's broken, I have to have surgery. But I wanted to play against Jordan one last time. And so we're playing the Wizards. It's a TNT game.
Wait,
Thursday
don't you
night.
want to go out where you dominate him and you're blocking his shots?
I'm just thinking, my ego. Like, I'm thinking, like, I
okay.
had him the last game. I don't need this left ankle. Just give me some.
I only need
Motrin.
one ankle.
Give me a bunch of Motrin. I'm
Okay.
gonna go out here. And when I tell you, he torched me in that first quarter. Like, literally, he gave me 20 points in the first quarter on the same play. Like, he just ran the same play every time and did this, and I could not guard him. And so, literally, I checked out of the game at the end of the first quarter, and I didn't even go to the bed. I just walked back to the locker room. Like, I was done. Like, literally had surgery like a couple days later, but it was like I wanted to guard Jordan one last time. And you're right, I shouldn't have. I should have just let that go.
Did he know you were a wounded animal?
He probably did, because he went at me
And he didn't
the
care.
same move. Like, he didn't do anything different. It was the same move, and I had nothing for him.
Jordan probably had your x-rays in the locker room.
He probably did.
He probably knew exactly.
I'm surprised he didn't send somebody for me to come back out.
People were afraid of him. We were his teammates and we were afraid of him. And there was just fear.
Catch the ball when I throw it to you. I just threw it to you.
Ignore this guy. He's coming through, but he's overplayed. The fear factor of MJ was so thick.
Yeah, let's not get it wrong. He was a jerk. He crossed the line numerous times. But as time goes on and you think back about what he was actually trying to accomplish, you're like, yeah, he was a hell of a teammate.
He was pushing us all to be better because he wanted to win.
When I was a rookie, my very first game playing against Michael Jordan and the Bulls. And we had a guy named Greg Minor guarding him. And, it was a little dust up. Greg's playing hard. He's playing, of course, you got to play as hard as you can. It's MJ.
Right.
It's opening night. My mom at home watching, the kids is watching, everybody watching. So they got in a little scuffle. MJ's going to the free throw line. And he looks at Greg and he says, I should make you take my shoes off. I looked down, I didn't even realize it. I looked down and he got the Jordans on. So I said, oh man, this is my first game ever. I said, this is what I got to look forward to.
You learned a valuable lesson, though, right?
Well, obviously, I didn't say much to MJ the rest of the night.
That's right.
I didn't want to be on that reel, so that was my welcome to the league
trash
moment,
talking
even though it wasn't to me.
involving
Thank goodness.
you.
We lost game 1 because we were so nervous. But in game 2, I played as well as I could play. And Michael just outplayed me. That was probably the first time in my life that I felt like there was a better basketball player in the world than me, to be honest with you.
We were playing the Chicago Bulls, and this is Michael Jordan's 3rd or 4th year in.
Okay.
And we were playing an exhibition game in some obscure place. And most veterans do not like to play in exhibition games. They want to get to the real thing. I'm a wide-eyed, energetic rookie, and we're playing this exhibition game, and Michael's going through the motion. And Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water, you're out here killing him, Reg. This is in the first half. He's like, you should be talking to him. He's like, you know, you're right, Michael. Who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan? That's right. There's a new kid on town, right? Kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points, right? And I'm doing all this talking. He's like, okay. End of the game in the second half, he ended up with 44. And I ended up with 12. So he outscored me 40-2. And as he's walking off, he's like, be sure and be careful, you never talk to Black Jesus like that. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Black Jesus.
Story that I think summed the whole thing up. We was playing Chicago in Salt Lake. They switched and put John Stockton on it, and he turned around and dunked on Stockton. So some guy got up and almost followed him down the sideline and said, hey, Jordan, pick on somebody your own size. Next time down the floor, he dunked on Mel Turpin. And went over and looked at the guy and said, was he big enough?
Did you ever get involved in trash talk with Jordan?
Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
I just wonder, because you don't seem like a trash talking kind of guy
I'm
to
not.
me.
And I never talked trash but one time in my entire life.
With Jordan?
With Jordan.
Oh, all right.
First ever time ever talking trash. So we're with the dream team.
Okay.
And for 3 days in a row, we had came into a tie because what Coach Daly did, he split the team up East versus West. So Barkley, Jordan, Larry Bird, Pippen, and Patrick Ewing all played in the East.
Wow.
And then we had the West guys, myself, David Robinson, Malone, Mullen, Drexler, and John Stockton. So we would play every day, tie. So this is the 4th day. And we got out on them about 12-2. And I said, Jimmy, his eyes got big. Usually that tongue come about right here, now it's way out. He broke the huddle, he hit a 3 and he's looking at me. So he came down again, hit another 3. So the greatest shot, now I've been involved in all 3 of them. First, Dr. J walked out in air, out of bounds.
Oh, yeah,
Reverse layup,
under.
Right. Michael Jordan in 1991 came down on us with the right hand, tongue out. He switched in midair to the left, spun it against the glass. Now this is the greatest shot I've seen. He came down the right side, took off. David Robinson took off, and he said, okay, I'm gonna just sit here in the air. Because I know David Robinson is gonna go down. So David Robinson went to the ground. He 360, tongue moving, and dunked it.
In a practice game.
In a practice game.
It was just a mystique to Jordan, bro. Like, watching him, growing up as a kid, bro, watching him play. I really wish I could have seen Larry play. I got to see Kobe. I got to see Jordan. I wish I could have seen Larry because they're just players that no matter how good the competition was, they were just a step better than them. And they changed the game, bro. You don't hear people talking about how they are afraid of players like that no more. Bro, I loved being a Jordan fan in the 90s, dog. Like, it was one of the greatest things ever.
And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was just stunned, and all of us were stunned to see him hang in the air that long and 360. Michael Jordan is so incredible. There'll never be.
The moral is you should not talk trash to Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Thank you.
You say 360, you mean like it was like full Like this, all the way?
Man, look, I enjoyed this, bro. As somebody who grew up in the Jordan era, who got to watch him, I remember getting my first the Space Jam, the big statue of him, of the Jordan jerseys, going to Chicago, because I only live 4.5 hours from Chicago. So going down there, actually going to a game, bro, some of the best memories of my life with my father. I enjoyed this video, man. I appreciate y'all. It's been your boy Carl from Golden Green Productions. Till the next one. Peace.